Hello and thanks for joining me today. This is Danny, and got some crazy lightning storms going on outside, which is good for the topic that we're talking about today. I'm going to talk about red hearts today because I've been playing the Infinity Modpack for a while, and I've been finding that it's a challenge getting a lot of red hearts, and it's easy to get the yellow hearts. I've been collecting plenty of those because every time you kill a wither boss or any boss mob, you end up collecting yellow hearts, and they're predictable. Whereas the red hearts seem to be a lot harder to get. They come from regular mobs, and as a regular mob drop, but the percentage is something like 0.2% or something like that. And you do not get them through grinders, through through the MFR grinder. 'Cause I had a grinder running for a really long time down here, and I couldn't figure out why the heck I wasn't getting anything. But I finally managed to set up a situation, automation here to collect some red hearts. Just having a little trouble collecting baby zombies, and it involves the autonomous activator. So I had talked in a previous video about spawners, and I've got a couple of spawners in here that I covered in a different video in the FTB Infinity series. But I had made a couple changes to this spawner. Instead of using the MFR grinder, I'm now using an autonomous activator with just some swords in it. I actually have looting on the swords to increase the yields. But basically, the autonomous activator pretty much acts like a player. So when it kills a mob, it gets the drops that a player would get when it kills a mob. So in this case, where I'm actually getting red hearts, but it still requires a whole heck of a lot of mobs. And what I'm doing right now is I've just got this zombie spawner running. I actually turned it off to demonstrate this. And then I've got these fans, open blocks fans, which just require a redstone signal. They don't even take any RF power or anything like that, to blow the mobs over here. And then I've got some over here to blow them toward the autonomous activator. And you can see if I go over here, I get blown over there, and it actually causes damage for me as well. Another method, if you don't want to use these fans, is the conveyor belts. My caps lock is on. The only reason the Mine Factory Reloaded conveyor belts, they work similar. You can put them down, and they'll force mobs to move into that direction. And the nice thing about them is that you have a lot better control over the location. The reason I didn't use them is because I've got the cursed earth in there, and I wanted to keep that uncovered. However, I'm not using the cursed earth for spawning, and I'll tell you why in a second. Why that's a bad idea, but let me just turn this on so you can kind of see. But one of the problems with the fans is that it's hard to control. I'm floating right now because of the fans. It's kind of a pain in the butt. So the conveyor belts are definitely a better idea. Now, as I had mentioned, the reason I'm not using cursed earth to spawn stuff, I've got a light in there to prevent cursed earth spawning from going on, is because the autonomous activator is seen as a player by mobs, including creepers. And I had actually made the mistake of doing that, and a creeper blew up. The autonomous activator caused the creeper to blow up, and it messed up all my stuff. So do not allow creepers to spawn in there. Make sure that you have a good control over what is actually spawning in there by using spawners. So, and that's about it. I've got just a couple little bonuses I've got here. Actually, I forgot to mention an important part. Let me turn that off so I can go in there. I've just got a redstone, some redstone conduits coming down here. But I've also got this open blocks vacuum hopper here, which sucks in the drops, and it also sucks in the XP. If you have a some way to collect liquids. So what I've got, actually, let's go down here. It's kind of a mess down here, but just so you can see what I'm talking about. And the fans are blowing me away, so what I have to do is go like that so that I can show you this thing. So we've got this vacuum hopper which can collect items and then output those items, and actually has an inventory, so by default it'll just put items in that inventory. And then it can also take the XP outputs and it outputs it into fluid conduits as liquid XP. So what you have to do is you have to have it seems that you have to have them coming out on separate places. So I've got the XP coming, or the items coming out the back here, and I have my Ender.io item conduits back there, and then I've got the liquid XP coming out the bottom. So you can right click to turn this thing, right click and drag to turn it, and then just left click to and I did the wrong side. Left click to set the output. So then I've got this guy. I've got my pipes coming out here, and the item conduits are just connected to my whole item network, which goes into my it does a bunch of pre-filtering, and then it goes into my AE system. And then I've got the fluid conduits, which are actually carrying a few different types of fluids. But I've got this liquid XP tank here collecting the XP, and then I have an experience obelisk, which is converting the liquid XP into XP points, which I can then just grab at will and fill up my whenever I want them for my player. You can also use the liquid XP for auto spawners, or not auto spawners, auto enchanter and auto anvil. Now liquid XP is different than mob essence. So like the MFR spawner will actually collect mob essence, which I've got in this tank over here. It's a completely different thing. And you can't put mob essence in your experience obelisk. The only thing you can use mob essence for is, well, there's a few different things you can use it, but one thing is for the auto spawner. The MFR auto spawner collects mob essence. You can also drink mob essence if you grab a bucket of mob essence and put it in the world and grab a straw. So that's it. So basically the trick to collecting the hearts is to use the autonomous activator with swords. And I basically have 3 diamond swords in there, and this thing's been running for about 24 hours, and you can see it's hardly used. But of course you could set up automation to have it to create new swords and put them in there or whatever. And you do need some way to get because the autonomous activator really only works right in front of it, so you do need some way to get the mobs to move in that direction, unlike the MFR grinder, which will kill anything in a 5x5 radius. And as you can see, it really just acts like it's hitting them with a sword, where unlike the grinder, which just kills them instantly. So you don't want to use this for creepers, and you don't want to use it for Endermen, because the Endermen will just teleport away after they get hit the first time. So thanks for watching. If you learned something from this, or if you enjoyed it, please click the like button. It's easy to do, and it helps me know what kind of stuff I should do in the future. So thanks for watching. Bye.